Welcome friends. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make Nigerian chicken stew. I also share with you some tips on how to preserve your stew to stay fresh even if you don't have a refrigerator. So let's dive right in. To make this delicious chicken stew, I took a chicken out of my mini poultry. I'm happy raising this from day old and today is big enough for me to use for this recipe. You can actually use any chicken of your choice, either frozen or live chicken. So now let's dress the chicken before using it to prepare our stew. To do this, slaughter the chicken and add boiled water to it. This helps to remove the feathers from the chicken easily. And after adding hot water to it, remove the feathers with your hands. And do this thoroughly so that the chicken becomes very clean and there's no feather found in it. Wash thoroughly and cut into desired sizes. And now it is time to season our chicken. Added some dried rosemary, some bay leaf, added some thyme, curry powder, salt, one scotch bonnet pepper. This is just to spice the chicken up a bit. I also added some diced onions to it, some seasoning cube, and lastly added some mashed garlic that the camera did not capture. You can actually season your chicken with whatever you have. And after seasoning them, mix together thoroughly so that the ingredients can penetrate into the chicken. After mixing, I will set aside and allow to rest for about an hour. You can do more than an hour so that the ingredients can penetrate into the chicken. This is so important if you want your chicken to be very tasty. And after an hour, our chicken is ready to be cooked without adding any water to it. Allow to cook for some time for it to release its own juice. This is also very important if you want your chicken to be very tasty. And this is how it looks like after cooking for about 7 minutes. You can see it has released its own juice. Stir together, add some water to it so that it can be well cooked. But if your chicken is not too tough, you may skip adding water and just cook to your desire. I will allow this to be cooked for about 20 minutes more. And after 20 minutes of cooking, our chicken is ready. And now we separate the chicken from the chicken stock. And after separating it from the chicken stock, you can decide to fry the chicken, grate the chicken, or even use them to cook your stew without doing any of the above. This depends on what you want. For mine, I transfer to an oven tray and grate for about 40 minutes so that they can be a little bit hardened and brown. After separating the chicken from the stock, set it aside as we'll be needing it to cook the stew. And now I take the chicken to the oven to grill. To make our chicken stew, here I have some fresh tomatoes. I'll also be using a bowl of onions, scotch bonnet pepper, paprika pepper, and some garlic. I'll transfer them into a cooking pot, take to the stove top and cook until the water dries from them completely. This helps to reduce the sour taste in the tomatoes and also help the stew to fry quickly. As you can see, the water has completely dried from the tomatoes. And then I'll transfer them into a blender and blend smoothly without adding any water to it because the cooking process has made them very soft. And after blending, this is how it looks like. You can see it looks so thick. So we'll be setting this aside. And now place a cooking pot on the stove top. Add some vegetable oil. Allow the vegetable oil to heat up for some time. Then go in with some diced onions. Allow to fry for about 2 minutes. Stir the onions. And after 2 minutes of frying, I'll be going in with some tomato paste. And after adding the tomato paste to it, stir together and allow to fry for about 3 minutes. It is important you fry your tomato paste before using it because some tomato paste comes with funny taste. And after frying the tomato paste for about 3 minutes, this is how it looks like. The water has dried from it completely. Next, we'll be going in with the pepper mix. Add the pepper mix. Stir to mix the tomato paste and the pepper mix together thoroughly. And after mixing together, go in with little salt, curry powder, thyme, and a seasoning cube. We are adding a few of these because we already have them in the chicken stock. And then stir together. Allow this to fry for about 7 minutes. Please note that when making your stew, you don't have to cover the pot completely. You can cover your pot halfway or just open completely while cooking the stew. This prevents the steam from the cover not to enter the stew and also makes the stew to fry fast. And also, if you want your stew to be well fried and stay fresh for a long time, you might need to use more vegetable oil, just as I'm doing in this video. This makes my stew to be well fried and stay fresh for a long time without putting it in the refrigerator. As long as there's much oil covering the surface of the stew, you can warm the stew once a day. Because what really makes stew to lose its taste is the frequent warming. But note that if you are doing this, your meat must be dried or fried and not just boiled meat. Please stir the stew at intervals so that it doesn't get burnt beneath. And after frying the stew for about 7 minutes, it is time to add our chicken. As you can see, after 40 minutes of grilling the chicken, it has turned brown and a little bit hardened. So I'll be adding some of them to the stew. For you to know if your stew is well fried, the oil floats on top and the stew becomes very thick with no trace of water. Then it is time to add the chicken. And after adding the chicken, stir together. And next, we add some chicken stock. Stir together once again. Cover slightly and allow to cook for another 7 more minutes. And after 7 minutes of cooking, this is how our stew looks like. This looks so beautiful with great aroma. And if you're the type that doesn't want much oil in stew, you can scoop the oil into another bowl. Cover and keep in the refrigerator. This can be used for other recipes like moi moi, noodles, egg fry, and much more. And now we can take this off from the heat and our chicken stew is ready. Serve and enjoy this Nigeria delicious chicken stew with rice, bread, yam, or any meal of your choice. And now that you know that making this delicious Nigerian chicken stew is easy, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Try this today and let me know how it came out for you in the comments. And please kindly share this with friends and family. And please, if you are new to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so that whenever I upload new videos, you will be notified. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you had a nice time learning how to make this delicious Nigerian chicken stew. And also tips for preserving the chicken stew to stay fresh without refrigerator. Stay blessed and I will see you in my next video.